What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action. Age of Mythology, the overhaul patch action is what I should say. I've been doing it wrong for so long. It's overhaul patch day. We've got a new patch out. I've been saying it already. This is, oh, that was a little bit of an unfortunate villager dumpage there. But the patch is out for 0.6. We're getting closer and closer to a state in which I think that all the severe imbalances are gone. And then we can start thinking about whether we want to revert some changes, specifically the Atlantean changes. Not the village. I'm going to keep the villages no matter what, but maybe change the way we change those with the unit changes or whatever. Or if we decide it's a little bit too weak, a little bit too strong in whatever way, in whatever civilization, figure out a way in which to make their life just that little bit nicer. So we are seeing Mariano wandering around here with his priest. This is the big Ra change. Ra players rejoice after the eternity of having no ability to scout. And now they have this priest, which is a bit of a zoomer, 4.3 speed, a little bit slower than the Skraeling and obviously slower than the Katoskopos, a little bit less line of sight than those as well. But you are going to get some nice stuff here. Titan's Treasure. This is a great relic. This is 6 food, 6 wood, 6 gold a minute in terms of trickle, which is really, really nice. All right, I don't actually know what a Boritogaru is. Some sort of girl. Not sure, my friend. That doesn't make any sense either. All right, we see a temple up here. Chat is being chatty today. Chat is being very, very chatty. As temple up forward here for reDo. He might be looking to be a little bit aggressive here. I'm interested to see that because this is kind of the meta to some degree with Odin right now. Is you go Heimdall to some degree some of the time with Odin, and you find yourself a bit of an advantage on this map. The question is if it's going to be any good. So you do see the Titan's Treasure has been picked up. Relic up here is the Scarab Pendant. This is just the same as normal. Given the 100% extra Scarab, Behemoth, Portable Ram, Heliopolis, and Siege Tower damage. As more walls coming up over here. And Mariano still not advancing. There he goes, going up through Ptah. 345 attempt there. A little bit late on that one, but not the biggest of problems. And Freya coming through here for reDo as well. I'm interested to see what sort of strategy he's going to go for. He's got 5 villagers on wood, 5 dwarves on gold here, and he's got 6 on the food. So he might be looking to drop a fast second town center at the front here, potentially, or at the back over here. Mariano at this point looks like, as he gets his relic into the temple there, looks like he's going for a town center after all is said and done. He's got himself the 200 wood. He's got himself the pickaxe. He's got himself the husbandry. He is ready to go with his Shadoof and everything else that comes after that Shadoof plow and all the good stuff, as it looks like reDo is in position to grab this forward town center. Bit of a greedy one to grab, but he does get these back. Caribou over here is going to be enjoying a bit of a boom. He could also go for an immediate 3rd town center on the back here as well, though he did take the villagers off of this location, sending those forward to try and grab this town center even faster. Obviously, this plays around things like shifting sands and whatever. As now we also see Mariano going to be getting his own town center up. Now, the one thing is when using your villagers to get your town center up, you do have to remember that unlike normal with Norse, when they get their town centers up normally and go for a fast second town center play, they actually get all of the resources that their villagers would have otherwise been spent building. They get those resources. So these villagers that walked from this location all the way over to here, That's a lot of lost resources. While he does get the town center up faster, which means he gets a couple of villagers out faster, he'll be able to recoup those those resource losses over the course of the game. It is an immediate loss. So we'll see how that's all going to go. Alrighty. But the boom is commencing. The walls are up. I like these walls here from reDo. Definitely a smart way to go about the early stages of the game. Villagers popping out all over the place at the moment. We do see Mariano, who's got his rain down. A little bit of idle time on that town center as his farm's starting up. I would like to see this relic grabbed. I think this is really, really good. Another change that happened for Norse, which might be a little bit too much, is that the portable ram got a significant boost to the speed, so you can kind of zoom in and zoom out much, much easier than Vubli 5.0. So we'll see how things are going to go. Armory does come up on that position there. And the game motors along. We do have a comment in the chat. This map is terrible. This is probably my least favorite map of competitive make it random, with this big big line through the middle of the map. It's not a big deal. It just feels a little bit un-age mythology, but that is what it is. It's not a bad map. It's not terrible. I don't think you can call it terrible. It's just my least favorite. As we do see Hathor coming in, Hands of the Pharaoh also coming in for Mariano. I'm not sure what the point of that one is. Does give his priest a little bit of a bonus, as he will be able to push up here. And look at that, he two hits the Raven. Absolutely love that. As Monument to the Soldier is going to come through as well. Skadi is already on the way here for reDo. reDo's gone 2 towns and a fast heroic himself here in this game, as houses are going to start coming down. This will give Mariano the opportunity to kind of get in on the map and cause problems for reDo moving forward. I'm interested to see how this is going to go, because this is not a way I regularly play this matchup. I'm interested to see how he's going to make it work. Longhouse is coming down. He's got 19 favor in the bank. That's enough for a couple of hill forts. As Watchtower's coming through straight away. One thing that did come with Ra is that Hathor no longer gives the free rock, but that doesn't mean you can't. Doesn't mean you can't build it. You can still build the rock. You can still get in. Just gives the Norse player that little bit extra time to play around that rock, which is it's really nice, because this rock would already be in his base at this point. Watchtowers have finished in time, but reDo is going to be very, very happy defending against whatever's going to come for him. Hill fort coming down on this position here to defend this location. And that priest could get dropped onto that frost giant, cause some problems there for reDo as these villagers hit. 10 villagers, does pull them quickly here. 1 down, and yet again we see Locust. Like I said it already. I played a game against reDo actually where I was playing Loki against his Ra, and he killed off like 1 billion villagers. In this game he picks off 2 villagers, and it's like, the swings of how much damage this does, it just feels bad. Guys, I guess it's similar to like flaming weapons, and that flaming weapons, if you misclick it, like you can get 0 damage or you can kill an entire army. But we're going to continue to see Mariano moving across the map here. He's getting himself the Migdol stronghold. It looks like he's going to be rushing Mythic Age here, and I would be surprised to see anything other. Well, that's different to what I thought it was going to be. That's different to what I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to go through Osiris here. Why? Because Ra has the hero buff. Son of Osiris is much, much stronger for Ra. Got faster speed, more armor, which makes him able to stay alive much easier. Now, the thing is, though, that reDo might be going for a Mythic Age here quite fast as well, which could mean Ballister, which do shut down that Son of Osiris fairly simply. As reDo now coming into the top side of the map, going to be bashing this location down, spending all his resources staying in this staying in this classical age, or heroic age, I should say. As the Horus are coming through, still chasing that rock away. They've got to get past a tower, a hill fort, everything else. The medium throw and action. They're still a little bit slow here. Can't quite keep up with the rock as it does manage to stay alive. 30 HP remaining as the army pushing in onto this location. Do we see any upgrades for the town center? No upgrades just yet. As the rock still searching around for stuff to kill. 33 HP is a scary rock. He can heal it back up though, as we do see an obelisk getting dropped onto this position. As it does take quite a while for that one to get made there, as the army of reDo does spot that one. Horus is through, but Balder is clicked up for reDo. We get to see the Balder and the rocks taken out. This is going to be super interesting. We haven't seen this. This is basically both these guys have said effectively in this game, as the cavalry might come through and deny the Balder, unfortunately here. Depends on which town center he's going to go for. And it looks like he's going for this one, so cancelling this is going to be something he needs to do. As the tornado does come in. Didn't garrison the villages in time, as all of those do go down. Tornado does damage. Tornado against Norse is tough, because your farms always come down late. As reDo, he's going to go up through Balder in this town center, but losing all those villages does hurt quite a bit. He can grab this town center over here if he so chooses. The cavalry are going to be searching around. The pain is going to start coming reDo's way now after that tornado was dropped. This is where I always lose my game against Ra. And I know that it's possible for me to play around this. I just refuse to every single time. Things like just get yourself fortified town center. Focus on getting fortified town center. Getting masons. Great way to do it. Thank you for the 11 months, A.M. Waldo. Appreciate you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. As the villagers are now also going to be able to get that home town center back up. And Balder is going to be coming through very, very shortly. Might be worth frosting this army and just taking the win on that one, as the Avenger coming in does find some villagers on that gold as the villagers retreating away there. One Frost Giant marching over there. Needs to get that dealt with, as we still haven't seen the Frost dropped here from reDo. Holding on to Frost is... I mean, it's a way to play, but I always feel a little bit down on that one. I did tell reDo what Ragnorak does, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully he's not gone through Balder expecting to get the old Ragnorak, but we'll see. He does get Fire Giants, which are going to be really, really strong. And he gets the Ragnorak, and he also gets all of those really strong upgrades like Sons of Slipnir and the portable Ram Relic, which is really, really good. And his Rams are really strong as well. So there's the Mythic Age. Well of Erd in your base, this is not the place to click it. You want to place it on your forward town center where the fighting is happening. As the Avenger going to come through. He might be able to steal this, in all honesty. I'm not sure who has it. reDo has it at the moment. You can see up the top. There's no colors here. I don't have those sorts of modding skills. If someone wants to mod this Well of Erd for me and create a colorful Well of Erd that swaps with players' colors, that'd be appreciated. But alas, we do see Mariano here. He does have shifting sands. He's searching around for something to shift onto. There is still frost though. There is still frost. The well should be working. It might, I mean, you have to wait a minute to see what happens. There they go. 5 Hero of Ragnorak spawned. People look at this people look at this upgrade and they go, man, Balder's so trash. No, this Ragnarok isn't trash. It just takes a while to pay itself off compared to the old Ragnarok, which is just bad for yourself. As we do see the units pushing through onto this town center. A little bit out of position over here. He's just trying to get this town center up. We do see the Avenger getting taken out. You can use Frost on this at any point here, as he does decide to do so. The village is going to get pushed off of this location as well. As the Heroes of Ragnarok starting to motor ahead. Scalloped Axe, Flood Control coming through here for reDo. Oh, for Mariano, excuse me, his fortified town centers is on the way on this location. We do see some Huskarl coming in to help out as these walls are going to get broken down on the top side of the map there, trying to break through and get something done elsewhere here. There's another ox cart. Does end up getting taken down. This Huskarl going to come through, get a little bit of damage done, but just too many chariot archers there. As reDo's trying to send his units over here. Frost just about finishing up here. Population differential at this point for reDo, 157. As these rag heroes, they're going to keep spawning here. You can click on the Well of Ragnorak, right click, and they will move to your to the point that they need to go to, as the villagers are going to attempt to abandon this position. And Mariano is going to try and grab this one back for himself here. But the difference in upgrades is staggering here. Champion, well, it's champion versus heavy. Not that big of a deal, especially with fire giants and everything else, as the Pharaoh does get caught out there by those Ulfsarks. He does have significant buffs to his survivability, but that's it. As we see another bunch of rag heroes spawning. I need to tell reDo he can set a rally point on that thing. Let me send him a message. You can set a rally point on your Well of Erd. I don't know if he's going to see this message or not, but let's send him a nudge. Yeah, you get 5 rag heroes for free every minute. I compare it to a sort of Plenty Vault type thing. These rag heroes are obviously quite strong. Though they are getting massacred right now, but they are quite strong, and it does definitely help out with dealing with things. Gives you builders as well, very strong builders to boot, and they're going to continue to come through in this game and continue to be a very big asset for reDo in this game, as he does manage to hold Mariano's push for the time being. Mariano at this point has got very few resources, completely boxed in here, not trying to push out of his base. As you see the stone gate getting taken down. And I do think that the more I see this Ra, the less I think that this kind of defensive, fast second town center rain strategy is going to be the way to go for Ra. Why? Because in the end, Ra's got more early game economy. He's got a strong hero, so he can definitely function in that classical age much better with the Pharaoh and everything else. But more importantly, it allows you to get set up on the map so that you can then start using that economy much, much better. Instead of getting pushed back for the entirety of the game and allowing the Norse to get into their late game dream here. It does look like the heroes of Ragnorak are kind of right-clicking and moving places. There we go. He's sending them across the map. They're going to be a good thing. There's the champion axeman coming through. reDo not paying attention for the time being. He needs to be getting some damage done here. Village differential here is still relatively close, even though reDo's got himself 4 town centers, almost 4 town centers, as that one's just about to come up. Look at the priest. Now, here's where we see exactly how strong these priests are. Look at the damage. It's doing 29 damage in attack, it looks like. And the survivability is kind of there. It can chase that fire giant nicely. As over here, this Pharaoh obviously also going to be able to chase much more nicely as well, as the myth units will get pushed back. And I love this. I think this really gives Mariano a bit of assistance here with dealing with those myth units, which otherwise a Horus Egyptian wouldn't be able to deal with all that easily. As the units of Mariano still trying to push through here. reDo hurting for resources considerably here. The rag heroes on this point not really doing a whole lot, as they're a little bit idle, as the champion axemen pushing through here. These throwing axemen are really good against the axemen, but look at this for Mariano, excuse me. He's got himself that Axe of Vengeance, which kills buildings so fast, taking that hill fort down, but he loses a lot of axemen for it, as the Huskarl trying to clean up those chariots on the back there. Heroes of Ragnorak sneaking through for a potential side build onto this position. We'll see what his plan is, trying to break down some stone walls or something with that. As Mariano pulls back, Siege Works is going to be coming up there. Now Mariano pushes forward. reDo here looking for something to do himself. So those Axemen mostly getting sniped down. We do see the Raiders pushing forward here. Great get onto the Chariot Archers and actually onto the Pharaoh here. Great find. Going to be able to snipe that one down. Even with that 34% hack armor, will get picked off relatively quickly. The other upgrade here, which goes, it's so forgotten for Balder. It's such a strong upgrade. Take a look at it. Sons of Sleipnir, 200% bonus damage for raiding cavalry versus archers. It's so absurdly good. Obviously, Crenellation Towers will always put a stop to cavalry, but Sons of Sleipnir, such a great upgrade. We'll see if reDo is going to notice that one at any point in this game or not, as more units piling through here. reDo looks like he has managed to solidify his position. We do see an attempt here from Mariano to break through onto this. So it's going to be big. He gets the walls down. He's going to get a catapult into this position and start wailing away at that town center with those catapults. We'll see if reDo can get set up and defend, or if he's going to be losing that position in the near future. As reDo now starting his own trade. There's a couple gold mines left on the map here, but really not that much. So it's very good to start that trade route up. Ever so make it slowly set it up to kind of work for him. At this moment, he's still only at heavy throwing axemen. He does pull back with those raiding cavalry nicely, defending this position fairly decently as the priest's still coming through. Still trying to get onto those fire giants, getting some good damage. How much attack do they have? A decent amount there, as the fire giant does end up going down, and those priests, it looks funny looking at them walk up there, but I think that they're doing their job nicely in this game. Obviously, they're getting sniped down really well by reDo, and that's credit to reDo. Potentially, the priests could just be a tiny little bit stronger in terms of their defensive stats, maybe just a little bit more HP. If we take a look at the raiding cavalry, fully upgraded raiding cavalry would probably go up to 150 HP. Maybe these priests should be looking to go up to 150 HP as well. Not 100% sure, as the catapult's starting to siege this position here. We do see the units have broken down this wall here, as Mariano trying to get himself the catapult out. The town center getting slowly broken down at this position. No masons just yet for reDo. And what's the weakness of Norse? Well, I do think that the early game is still good for Egyptian. I think you can go for classical fights against Norse quite well. We did see Zeus beating reDo's Odin recently as well. So there's definitely still... I don't feel like this Norse god is actually broken strong or like busted at this point. Maybe there's still a little bit to learn in regards to like how well to play the god, but weaknesses, lots of weaknesses. They still got very weak buildings. They've still got infantry units are the only units that can build longhouses and all the military buildings, so that slows you down quite a bit. This is going really well for reDo here. I think in this specific game, the reason why Mariano is behind here isn't because of imbalance. It's because of a strategic choice that Mariano went for, which was grabbing the back town center here and not going for any classical units to try and secure the map, or not securing the map at all, when reDo basically just went for a 2-town center fast heroic himself. No attempt to secure the map. As we do see the mercenary coming out, Medjai comes through here for Mariano. This will allow him a bit of a push. I'm interested to see how long these last for. I mean, I think that obviously they last for 40 seconds, but coming out of a home temple here, how long they actually end up lasting for, as it does give him a bit of a bonus to help him break through on this position. It is a one-off. You only get one research of Medjai, as there all of those mercenary cavalry and mercenary infantry do end up falling. reDo at this position here, moving his dwarves forward onto this gold mine. He's finished up on this position here. He's getting himself set up so he doesn't get hit. His town center doesn't get hit, but the town center here of reDo's is ending up falling at this point, as Mariano needs to figure out a way forward here. to get his town center back. He's almost cleaned this one up as the catapult does look like it's about to fall. One more boulder will be enough, and reDo's town center has fallen as Mariano is making a nice push here to get back into this game, getting this town center and see how things are going to go. Can villagers repair town centers? I'm not actually 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. I think so. I think so. I can definitely build town centers. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if they can or not. As we do see Mariano getting a Migdol stronghold up. It's definitely something that's worthwhile trying. I can't click on the villager and see, and there's no low HP town center remaining anymore at the moment, but they're supposed to be able to repair the town center. They're supposed to be. Though I'll definitely be checking that one out, Sigma. There's the fire giant. Gonna get sniped down. Pharaoh back into the game there, dealing with those fire giants nicely. Absolutely, I really enjoy seeing Egyptian heroes doing their job. And the thing is, yes, this fire giant, very, very strong. Don't get me wrong, it's very, very strong, and it should be very, very strong. But so too is this Pharaoh, and it should also be able to get that damage done and be getting killed off. And that's what I feel like is happening in this game, is there's been a really nice trade of all of that, as we're now starting to see some Ulfsarks getting converted. reDo's armory upgrades, it doesn't quite have them just yet. And Mariano gets the town center up as reDo here. He's getting pushed back in this game quite nicely. Villager differential here, though. reDo's got a lot more in terms of economy at this point. Look at that damage there onto the fire giant. Good micro there, pulling it back. You got to bring those raiding cavalry in. The champion raiders are in. Still no Sons of Sleipnir for reDo. I think this is a big mistake here from reDo. They can could definitely utilize that to kill off those chariot archers and cause some very big problems for Mariano in this game. Alternatively, also, Jarls aren't a bad unit either to be training here, as that catapult does end up going down. Fire giants pulling back. The Rag heroes pushing forward here as well, trying to get into the fight. This is also the problem with putting that Well of Erd in your main base. It's not a main base building. But that being said, if Mariano would push through here and reDo would put the Well of Erd here instead, he would have actually given that Well of Erd over to Mariano to use, which is not something he wants to do. So maybe a safer position would have been back here or something. As the ballista slowly starting to come out. Anything happening down the bottom here? Not really. We do see a cheeky catapult walls coming up here for Mariano. Mariano is one of the better late game players out here. One thing that we're not really seeing from reDo is an attempt to like get behind these walls and set up his own walls, which might seem easier said than done, but it's definitely the most important part of the Norse late game. There's another priest coming in here. Look at him go. And the damage done, or doesn't really do much damage apart from against myth units, but you have to click onto the fire giants. As he does come through it, he will be able to pick those off. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. I'm still not sure if they're good or not. I'm still not sure. They only cost 100 gold. They're pretty quick. Another fire giant falling there in the back. As the priest comes in trying to take out more of it. Well, you have to click the priest onto the myth units. Such a useless unit other than that. And look at the damage there. It feels like good damage. I'm gonna lock it in. I think these priests are in a great spot. I think they're doing their job. They're killing the fire giants nicely. We do see some towers coming up. reDo's lost some houses here, it seems. Siege of the Titans coming through here for Mariano. As this is possibly, I mean, this is definitely something you can deal with as Norse. You have to convert Ulfsark. You have to bring your villager numbers down. But it's definitely an easier way for Egyptian to find a victory, is definitely getting that Titan out and pushing through. Mariano is keeping really, really good care of this Pharaoh in this game, getting that damage in. Sees that ballista targeting down the town center. The Pharaoh empowering up the Town Center here as well. Does give so much bonus damage. Yeah, you can see 21.6 damage per second. The Town Center, though it's attacking towers, the Town Center does now 80 or 82 damage per second, basically. The Town Center is going down as all its upgrades. Ballista hasn't been changed at all, as we do see some Ulfsark pushing in onto this position, though. Ulfsark against Axeman, not going to be the most, the easiest of units to make work, but he does bring that economy down. I do think that in the end, you want to be somewhere between, well, 40 villages and 20 ox caravans once you have all your upgrades. As we do see that Titan Gate coming through. Is there any way through here? Town Center going down on this position as Mariano has managed to make his way back in there. The siege towers coming through as well. reDo with tons of resources in the bank. So he's just not able to quite make this one work. I do think this one here comes down to maybe he should have used Forest Fire on this position to remove that. He used Forest Fire over here, which honestly I don't... Forest Fire onto this would have kept the Town Center nice and alive. There's these catapults coming through here. You can definitely send some villagers forward to rebuild the Town Center if he really wants to. Or he can use Ulfsark there if so chooses. Siege towers breaking this down. The other option would have been just chop the wood down here. There is a ballista tower, so you have to clean that up, but he could have chopped this down ages ago. Is the Town Center going to be coming back up for reDo? The problem is he's using 14 population on the Town Center when he could be just bringing these villages forward to spend like 14 population there, but with 14 units, which is much faster to build the Town Center, obviously. As the siege towers continuing to break through, watchtowers coming up all over the place here for reDo, for Mariano, as reDo's getting out the ballista. But with a handful of villagers repairing this and that Pharaoh, you just have to get that ballista and target the Pharaoh. That's what you have to do. You don't have another choice. One ballista onto the Pharaoh. Call it a day there. But the tower's falling. We do see the Town Center is up here. Signature of the Titans is through for reDo at this point. And what's his plan? Can he get it up in time is the big question. How many villages does he have? We've got 60 villages, but no resources in the bank at this moment, and he hasn't dealt with this problem. There's going to be catapult coming back. Mario's not going to stop. He's done it once. Why would he not go for it again? More catapult going into there. There's the Ulfsark coming over here to try and break down those siege towers. More siege towers coming. This is really weird to see this many siege towers at this point in the game. He did manage to break down these towers, and I guess it's a great way to play around the speed of the units that reDo's making, and the fact that ballista don't really do a whole lot to them. As the Town Center is slowly going down, meanwhile the catapult on this position will be taking this one out. We do see the rock raids have started, but guess what? There's a Shifting Sands. There is still a Shifting Sands remaining, and that Titan Gate is not going to be long for this world. You already know he's already got the siege towers in position to Shifting Sands. As the rock comes in, and I think reDo will see that blue dot. The Titan spawns over here. And the Shifting Sands comes in. The siege towers turn around. And there goes. There goes the Titan Gate. GG. Well played by Mariano. Managing to stay alive in this game. There was that 4-2 Town Center deficit. But reDo could not quite convert here. Simply just this one weakness was not dealt with. And reDo just could not break this, could not like hold on both positions at once. Nice play from Mariano. I do think that this strategy that Mariano is going for with the two town center, with the two town centers is just not the way to go. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not the case at all. Well played, guys. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, if you've got any comments, leave them below. I'll see you guys in the next game.